Hey guys, Marsengan here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take a look at the awakening for the TEQ free-to-play cooler that has just come out on Global. We're going to give him a try, see what he's like, because obviously based on what we know from the previous worldwide celebrations, I don't think it's 100% confirmed, right? I don't know, like are the EZA medals in the data download? I don't remember, but we're assuming that he's going to get an EZA. So I thought we'd have a look and see what he's going to be like pre-EZA, because compared to the Goku and Gohan card, I think he could actually still be somewhat decent. So I didn't actually realise I had link leveled his card a little bit, obviously, before he got his awakening. So you can see here, we've got the wonderful spread of links. Nightmare is at level 7, and then, of course, Shattering the Limit is at level 1. So now he is on Ginyu's 200% team, which is the team we're running him on. His own leader skill, pretty terrible. It's one of the reasons why I assume he's going to EZA, so that goes up to 77% for Terrifying Conquerors. But his main thing is that he infinitely stacks defense. He does supreme damage and he lowers attack. So the lowering attack obviously can be useful still in some events, especially like Super Battle Road. His passive is attack and defense 80%. He gets an additional 10% defense with each super attack performed, up to 30%, and then he gives Terrifying Conquerors allies 2 ki and attack and defense 30%. So depending on what his stats like build up to, I could imagine that he could end up being somewhat useful maybe on like the new LR Coolers team, because he's going to be giving support. Obviously he can't link up with the other well, he's just called Cooler, isn't he? Like 4th form Cooler. But he doesn't have any links with Ginyu either. And by the time this rotation comes back again on turn 3, we'll be able to transform this guy into final form Cooler, and then they will actually link. So I'm just going to leave him there. So bear in mind, he obviously has all of his own stats, and then we're getting support from the STR Cooler as well. He only has basically 80k defense at the start of the first turn. So I was going to say, hopefully we don't get super attacked. 257k, wow, and 52 from a normal, wow. Alright, well, pretty basic super attack. I do quite like the first part with the that close-up with the draw back of the fist. That looks pretty cool. But then pretty basic, like, key blast attack. We did get the double super, which is good. Because remember, he gets an extra 10% defense with each attack performed, and it basically 3 times. So we got those 2 attacks straight away on the first turn. So the next time we attack, that is going to be fully built up. So it'd be interesting to see. That's a very disappointing like starting defense stat. I did honestly expect it to be a little bit higher, but the problem is, I talked about this in the video that I did the other day where we talked about the information from the data download, and that's the main problem with these units that we know are going to get EZAs in the future. Although I say that again, I'm still not actually 100% sure. I think Cooler is. The problem with the units that are going to get an EZA in the later part of the celebration is they often just make them like nigh unrunnable before they've actually gotten their EZA, which is kind of annoying. Like, that's why I wanted to test out this cooler and see what he's going to be like, because the EZA is probably not going to be until part 2. So obviously we don't know how that's going to look. So let's go ahead and... Now, you know what? We will get STR Cooler's transformation. We're about to get shiny new Final Form Cooler animation, so let's watch this one. Obviously, STR Cooler, no EZA announced for him as of yet. Could potentially come in part 2. And then, of course, he's going to be a crazy rotation partner for the new LR. So, yeah, we get Final Form Cooler on the scene. So we share Strongest Clan in Space, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, and Metamorphosis. I guess, actually, to be fair, in retrospect, I'm kind of ragging on his defense on turn 1, but he had no links active. So I guess that is probably an unfair comparison, because now this cooler's not giving any support, but we do have the Cool-EZA on rotation, who does give extreme Wicked Bloodline characters 30% attack and defense. So now, there you go, turn 2, he got 2 supers off, so 2 stacks from his super attack effect, and then the 20% from his passive, and now he's at 173k, which is pretty good. Now, sadly, he doesn't have big bad bosses, which, of course, this cooler does, even in his pre-transformed state, but actually that is still pretty good, considering he's a non-big bad bosses unit and his defense is that high. So after this turn, we're going to get an extra stack on the super, obviously, and then that's going to trigger that third and final 10% extra defense from his passive. So hopefully on the next turn, he should be over 200k defense, which is honestly not that bad. Especially because I feel like as a free-to-play unit, if you're someone like me, you obviously have, you know, pretty strong box. This guy could actually still be useful as like a floating support unit on Cooler's team or any other sort of like Wicked Bloodline. I mean, he supports Terrifying Conquerors, but that is most of the Wicked Bloodline units. Although unironically, not Golden Cooler, who he shares a few links with. I was going to put Golden Cooler on the team in the final slot instead of... Who did I actually bring in the final slot? Did I bring Garlic Jr.? I thought about bringing him. Did I bring him? No, I brought Metal Cooler. That was it. I was going to bring another support unit that shared some links with him, so I brought Metal Cooler. But yeah, Golden Cooler is going to EZA this year, I think, with the Hero Celebration. So that would have been pretty cool if he was on Terrifying Conquerors, because they share some links. Golden Cooler, I believe, is a support unit. I'd have to double check. I haven't used Golden Cooler for so long because he aged out quite quickly, unfortunately, especially defensively, like with the current meta. But I think he's a support unit for all allies. I don't know if it's specific typings, and then he needs a hero's ally on the team for him to have his full potential, because I think he gets an additional super. Man, I really can't remember what he does at all. I'm going to have to familiarise myself with him. But like I say, I mean, he's kind of... not unusable, but definitely not good for the current meta until he gets his EZA later in the year. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Talking about coolers in general, I guess. This tech cooler could be good for those teams where you're running a bunch of other cooler units. Obviously, the main one is going to be the new one, right? If you pull the new one, you're going to be running him. Now, I wonder who his best link partner is going to be who's actually super viable. Because his best link partner probably is going to be STR Cooler, right? Because obviously they're both fierce battle units. Whereas this guy, being free to play, is obviously shattering the limit. Although he gets some good links active here. Would STR Cooler kill him? What does he miss out on? So he misses out on shattering the limit and Nightmare. What is Nightmare giving him at level 7? Let's have a look. An extra 13.5% attack. And then Metal Cooler gives... is it 30%? Oh, 40% defense. So what's his defense here? Wow, 269k. Alright, so his defense has gone up considerably. Do we want to get the attack or do we want to get the... let's go for this. I don't think Cooler is going to kill. I mean, Cooler could triple super, I guess. And then he potentially would actually kill Vegeta here. But let's see what's going to happen. 3.82. I guess he does need time to build up, right? Because he does infinitely stack attack, this STR Cooler. So he's going to get guaranteed crits. Alright, yeah, fine. Even if he triple supers, he's not going to kill him here. So that's all good. And we'll get to see what Tech Cooler can do. Honestly, that first turn really threw me off. I'm sure somebody... has already written a comment saying that, oh, he had no links active in the first turn. Of course his defense was low, without waiting for me to get to the second turn and then realise that's why his defense was so low. But considering this is his third appearance, I mean, yeah, he has support on the rotation from the Metal Cooler, but that's a very good defense for a free-to-play unit on his third appearance, who potentially is going to get an EZA and become even better. I think that is actually pretty good, because if you are going to use him as a floating support unit, it means you're not going to have him on rotation as often. So obviously you do kind of want to get those, get the stacks in as much as you can. But I feel like he could hold up reasonably well. Now, when it comes to the most difficult content, like the red zone and stuff like that, then it becomes a bit of an iffy, like, I don't know if he's going to be good enough, right? Because if he's on his third appearance... he is putting out almost 300k defense. If he's floating in slot 3, his third appearance is what, like turn 7? If he was on turn 1? So then, you know, you're quite deep into the event, right near the end, potentially. So then 300k defense is probably not really enough. So let's see what we're getting here on this rotation. So we are up to 288k without support. That is actually pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and transform Ginyu, just so we can get the heal, because even though that defense is pretty solid, I don't want to get super attacked in slot 1 and get instantly killed. So we will go ahead and get the transformation with our boy Ginyu here and see what he's going to do. There's no Jace, or it has to be a Jace, right, on rotation, so we're not going to get the Scouter effect. But we get the full heal, so let's grab these. Hopefully we don't get supered in slot 1, because we should be fine otherwise. And then we'll just go ahead and do this. So double digits? Yeah, that's what I would expect. Okay, well, let's see how much this actually does then. Probably still does damage, right? Because we're under like 300k defense. Oh, yeah, 467. Jeez. That's a bit high. Fortunately, STR Cooler's only getting attacked once, because his defense, whilst it's not great for the current meta, he shouldn't die to one attack from God Vegeta here. But yeah, that really shows you the certain units, if you only have raw defense and no like damage reduction, guard, stuff like that, like, you know, less than 300k defense and then getting super attacked with type disadvantage by one of these difficult bosses. I say difficult bosses, not like the Vegeta event is particularly difficult anymore, but then yeah, you're going to be in for quite a huge chunk of damage. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that much. I knew he was going to take a lot of damage, but I was thinking like 300k max. So yeah, we definitely took quite a bit of damage there. Ginyu actually took a bit more damage than I thought, although I guess he's the one that's been floating off, right? So his defense is not as high. I transformed him for the heal. So obviously he transformed a bit earlier than we would usually go for to get like the stacks and stuff. So we'll go ahead and do this. Metal Dokkan attack. Perfect. Alright, so we should finish him off this turn, as long as we get some decent RNG with Ginyu getting those additionals. I did rainbow my Rikuman Guldo during the anniversary summons, so they are obviously pretty strong. I gave him a decent amount of additional, but we didn't get the additional super. 4.2 for Ginyu. I think he has to get at least one additional if we want to finish off Vegeta this turn, right? Yeah. Don't tell me he's not actually going to. Oh, come on. Dodge? Oh, man. Yeah. Look at this. Cooler is putting in the work and everybody else letting the side down. How much does Metal Cooler take? Because after his EZA, he was pretty good for a while, but yeah, 100k. All right. His defense not ideal. Are we going to get supered in slot 1 again? I'm going to heal, but I mean, if we don't get supered in slot 1, we definitely don't die. We now have the support from Cool EZA, so we've got 365k defense on this turn, and we are going to get the Dokkan attack with Cooler as well. So I feel like we could probably make this the final turn, right? We don't need this showcase to be particularly long. I mean, Cooler, he does what he does, right? He gives Terrifying Conqueror's allies support. You get his passive maxed out after a couple of attacks, and then he just infinitely stacks defense. So, pretty straightforward archetype for a unit. The only downside, of course, is that he doesn't stack attack as well. So, his attack stat here is only 1.3 million. So, he's obviously not meant to be a damage dealer, but he is a pretty decent support, as long as you can get those supers off. I feel like, did he double super like every single turn? Someone will have to go back and check and let me know in the comments, but I feel like he did, right? Because yeah, he doesn't have any additional chance in his passive, but I did give him 19 additional in the hidden potential system. But I feel like he double supered every turn. I feel like a sticker effect could be alright for him as well. Although it's only going to be these yellow bars on the outside and then this like key thing in the middle. But if he does get an EZA, then obviously you could put a sticker on him. But let me know what you think of TEQ Cooler down below. What would you like to see from his EZA? I think he actually could be a runnable unit after his EZA, even for some of the, like, you know, more whale level teams. Because some of those teams, like the Terrifying Conquerors, outside of like the Ginyu specific units, they do need some better, like, you know, new support units. So I think he could be pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.